Welcome, dear listener. Tonight, allow your breath to slow, your thoughts to soften, and your body to sink into comfort as we journey into an ancient land shrouded in mist and mystery. We enter a time where temples whispered stories and lanterns carried dreams.
You are about to enter Moonvale, a hidden valley wrapped in jade-colored hills, where night arrives like a velvet poem. Here, a lone lantern keeper guards the light that guides wandering souls through sleep and keeps forgotten legends alive.
It takes the color of the pictures and smiles, the clouds coming with the terror.
Take a deep breath and begin the journey. In the eastern kingdom of Lianhua, far beyond rice paddies that shimmered like glass, and through forests that hummed with wind chimes and incense smoke, there was a temple. It stood silent and tall on a cliff edge, its curved rooftops kissed by the moonlight. This was Moonvale Temple. Few knew of it, fewer still had seen it, except for those who wandered in dreams. Its guardian was a soft-spoken elder named Shinju. Every night, he lit 100 lanterns, each said to hold a memory, a wish, or a secret. His robes were deep indigo, stitched with silver cranes that fluttered when he moved. Shinju would sweep the stone paths, scatter grains for temple doves, and bow deeply to each tree along the mountain path. It was said the trees were once warriors who had turned into sentinels to protect the temple. The wind, too, seemed to bow to Shinju, curling gently around his steps. Sometimes he would hum a melody known only to the spirits, a lullaby that echoed softly against the mountains, barely louder than a breath. Villagers whispered that Shinju once served the emperor, a man who had vanished beneath a blood moon centuries ago. Others said Shinju was not a man at all, but the last echo of a fox spirit who loved the moon too deeply. When the evening clouds turned to indigo and the sky wore its first stars, Shinju began his walk up the lantern path. Each lantern was unique, one carved with dragons, another painted with chrysanthemums, a third made from rice paper that had turned golden with age. He stopped at each one, murmuring the name of a soul it held, a child's laugh, a widow's song, a soldier's last prayer, and when he whispered, the lanterns glowed, not with fire, but memory. One night, as mist gathered like silk along the ground, a young traveler named Kaida arrived. She had no memory, only a lotus pendant and the dream of a golden bell. Kaida's feet were sore, and her eyes clouded with weariness. She had been walking without direction for weeks, yet her heart knew the path. It pulled her, like a string woven from old stories. Shinju welcomed her with tea steeped in plum blossoms. They spoke little. Silence, Shinju believed, was the truest language of the spirit. He offered her a place by the hearth, where the flames told stories of phoenixes and emperors who turned to starlight. In the following days, Kaida tended to the moss gardens. She swept the stone floors and polished the faded prayer plaques. She found comfort in the rhythm of temple life. She began to listen, not with ears, but with her spirit. The bamboo groves whispered secrets. The koi pond remembered faces. The mountain air carried forgotten songs. Shinju would sometimes sit beside her and tell her of the sky path, a mythical road seen only by dreamers. He said it led to a river made of starlight, where lost names were sung back into the world. Kaida listened, her fingers tracing the lotus pendant, as if it could unlock something long buried. Then one night, a single lantern refused to light. Its paper was blank. Shinju held it with trembling hands. "This one is yours," he whispered. Kaida closed her eyes. A gentle wind rose, and the lantern lit by itself with a soft blue glow. Inside it, a vision danced. A palace under siege, a little girl hiding beneath a throne, a woman singing a lullaby in the rain. Tears slipped down Kaida's cheek. She remembered. She had been the last princess of the Red River court. Her name had been erased, her lineage broken. Shinju had been her protector, her mother's shadow companion. The lanterns were not only memories, they were lives he had saved. Each light was a piece of a lost soul, a thread in a tapestry of forgotten truths. Kaida knelt. "Let me help you carry them." And so she did. Together they became two keepers of light, guiding dreams through the veil of sleep. Some nights they walked in silence. Other nights, Shinju would tell her stories about the stars that fell in love with mountains, and rivers that carried letters between past and future. Seasons passed. The cherry trees bloomed and shed their petals like whispers. Kaida grew wiser, her voice as calm as the temple bells. Travelers began to find their way to Moonvale, not with maps, but by dreams. Some stayed a night, some never left. Each brought with them a lantern, and left with a little more peace. The temple never disappeared, but some say, when the clouds part just right, you may glimpse a glow upon the mountain, and hear a bell ring softly in the mist. Now, drift into your own dream, knowing you are protected, guided, and at peace. Let your breath settle, and your thoughts dim like lanterns at dawn. Good night, traveler, and may your dreams be gentle, always.